Hey y'all, welcome back to Chat with Coach Amy. Stephanie's being baptized by fire today with this podcast interview. We were going through some different things. I'm like, we're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. So you're so sweet. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I know it wasn't like your most favorite thing in the whole world, but we need to hear from you. We do.
Yeah.
So excited. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Stephanie.
Um, I live in Florida. I am 55.
Mhm.
I'm a middle school principal, so I have fun with kids all day long. And I'm married. I have two kids. One of my children, Garrett, he's 25. He's a certified physical trainer, which, right, I should have everything down pat, having
Not
a kid as a
necessarily.
trainer. And then my daughter is an elementary principal in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They're getting out of snow right now.
Yeah.
So that's my life. I live in the same town I grew up with. I go to church with my parents. So it's a good life.
Neat. Well, I just love you, and I've never met you, and I do. I think you're the best.
Aw.
My little
Well,
Hello
thank
Kitty.
you, Amy. We love you too.
I know you do, and I thank you. Y'all, I was having some rough days. I really didn't like say it completely. And the next thing I know, here comes Stephanie with a little message from her Blooms buddies telling me they
Aw.
loved me. It was so sweet.
We talk about you all the time. It's fun. Yeah.
Oh,
Just the other day we were convorting about what got you into Trim Healthy Mama. This was like a couple of weeks ago. And we all had like similar stories where there was something about you that drew us to you. But we're all going through stuff that you haven't necessarily gone through, but you bring people into the group where we feel like we already have sisters. And, we've not met. Um, there's only one person on here that actually I feel like I could meet up with her soon because she lives in my town, and we wouldn't have known it because of this community. But anyway, thank you for bringing us all together. We have a lot of fun talking about you.
oh, well, thanks. I'm glad. And that does not make me nervous at all because I know y'all's hearts.
Good.
I never, like when I first started Southern and Healthy, I never thought that these small little Blooms buddy groups or whatever, because there's different people that are doing different things, but it just never occurred to me that that would be something that happened. And Brittany Farley, a couple of years
Oh,
ago, she made a post somewhere and she was like, "Look what you've done," and I'm
oh
like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
oh, look what I did. Thank you, Lord. Like
Yeah.
it's just so amazing. And I'll tell you, we'll get to you in a minute, I promise. But
Yeah.
whenever I was in the meeting room at my conference last summer, and like it was a long line of meeting me and taking pictures and all that stuff. And then it died down and Madison was getting me something to drink and all this stuff. And I'm just checking my messages. Wes was checking on me, and I look up and I'm like, they're all here. Like, oh, it can make me cry right now. Like they were
Yeah.
all there. It was, I mean, not everybody, but it was incredible. And oh man, it is the best. I mean, I'm so thankful that THM changed my life and I'm healthy and blah, 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 all that. And I have a business and it's our life, our livelihood and all of that. But you guys making friends with people you'd have never met otherwise is the coolest thing in the world. It's so cool. God is so good.
You have all of us, like
Mhm.
when you get on here and you start all of your chatter, like this morning, your video. I mean, we're all sitting on the other end. We may watch you 12 hours later, but we're all there.
Right. Yeah. I had a one-on-one meeting yesterday with a lady that did buds a couple years ago, blooms for a little bit, and she hasn't been in coaching for a while. And she just messaged me, do you have any openings for level 2 or 3? Because she's done different things, and I allow that on a case by case basis. And so
Okay.
I get on there, and she's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey, how are you?" And she was just and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I haven't talked to her in so long, and I kind of made that comment. She goes, "Girl, I see you every day." That's so funny. So, oh man.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
tell us how you found THM.
Hmm. So I was teaching back in 2015, and one of our teacher friends, her name's Rachel, she was beginning to melt. our pastor was like, Rachel, you're literally melting every time we have a meeting. And she was, it was incredible. And so then she told us about the sisters and then her book. She showed us her book. And then we were all allowed to pass the book around, and we could highlight in it with our own highlighter color. So she knew that we had watched it or read it. And anyway, so we all tried bits and pieces. I don't know if it's still a thing, but back then you could like, they told you to like load for the first 2 days and like load up and eat and get your body ready because it was fixing to go through this vast change. I don't know. To me, that was, oh, wow. It was hard because I'm thinking, okay, I'm doing this because I need to pull off weight and get healthy, not to like add to it before I begin. But anyway, so, and then little by little, each year we would try pieces of it. And then my husband finally bought me the books, and they were the new books by that time. Yeah. And then the 100-Day Inspiration Journal. And anyway, so it's always kind of like been there. And then in 2018, my mom and I tried it together for a little bit. I think I lost 10 pounds on it, but it wasn't until this year when I joined Buds where I really began, and I'm not there yet, right? But I really began I wanted to understand it. I just needed to understand it and like get into it to figure out why the fuels mattered. And so I'm not really smart when it comes to figuring it out on my own. Like I have to cheat or listen to somebody else or steal ideas. Okay. I'm still learning the whole reading the label thing, but anyway,
thinking that peanut butter was a carb. I totally understand.
Well, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. It is not a carb, by the way, for those listening.
It's an oil. It's an oil, which means it's S.
It's a fat, yeah. So, what brought you to Southern and Healthy?
So, and I've told you this before, when it was in May, because we had spring break in April, and I knew that I needed to make a health change. I hadn't been to the doctor, and there's some changes I need to make. Mm-hmm. And so I was looking up things on Trim Healthy Mama, and then somehow one of your grocery hauls came up, and then you're just so opposite. Like, I know that you like your routine. We do see that. Okay. Yeah. But then you're spatula happy, and you have 10,000 measuring spoons, and you're going to go rogue sometimes on the recipes. And for whatever reason, it attracted me to like go back, because then I saw you were having fun with what you were doing. Yes. And you opened up your kitchen and your house, and it was nice because I began to see continuity in everything you did. You had your openings, you had your same foods, you had your cookbook. You like to stick with the same cookbook, whichever one you were going to use at the time. And I needed that because that was going to be consistency. Mm-hmm. And it attracted me with the fun, because you had the fun side of you. And so, yeah. And then when Buds had already started, you're not going to remember this because you have so many people, but Buds had already started. And I had asked,
why not? Come on.
You did. I would love to have you. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll just do it in the fall. And you're like, I don't think I'm going to be having fall Buds. And I'm like, oh Lord, I have to do this right now, or I know me, I know how I am. I wouldn't do it. So anyway, it was fun. It was really fun, and it still is. But I mean, those beginning days, you're with a lot of other beginning day people. So
I love Buds.
Yeah.
Winter Buds for 2024. The registration opens Monday. Now I'm having a hot flash sale today. Today is my 7-year Trimiversary.
Oh, right.
But this will not air for a while. But anyway, I'm having a flash sale.
It's your big day.
It is a big day. Several of my very close friends, they're like, are you doing anything? I'm like, I'm having a live tonight. And they're like, no, are you doing anything? And I'm like, I'm having a live tonight. No, I'm not. Oh man, it was something. But yeah, I got an Americano this morning at the Starbucks on the way home from CrossFit. Wow. I had a great workout. Yeah, incentives and rewarding myself for things like this. It's just, I mean, I'm tired of buying. Like, I don't need to buy anything. It's okay. I'm spending it with about 13 one-on-one clients this morning, and talking to you and my coach.
And we're excited.
Yes.
We're going to have our Trimiversary sometime soon.
You are. It's going to be great. Well, So what would you say helped you the most with coaching? I loved how you brought out that my organization and all of that, but then that being organized for me allows me the freedom to have the fun that I do have
Yeah.
because my brain, like I'm not so worried about did I do blah 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 blah. I know I did or I know I need to, and it's over here so that
Yeah.
whenever, it's time, I can have fun and enjoy and count my 900 spatulas in my life in the kitchen. About out of spatulas, about time to go.
Well, your whole measuring cup and measuring spoons. I finally bought me 3 sets
Yeah.
because I thought if I'm going to do this, I can't stop and hunt. Sometimes I'm in the kitchen in the dark if Greg's asleep.
Yeah.
So now I feel like I have this big cup just like you do. It's different, but yeah, organization, you're right.
I love it. I love it.
So I will tell you that is something I have noticed. So like yesterday, I got to stay home because of the storm. And so therefore I was able to do the first live cooking with you. And I'm trying to do that cheeseburger soup. And I'm like, wait a minute, where's the chicken broth? And then I had to run to the back where the closet is, where the extras are. And then by now you're on something else. I'm like, chill out. I'm just go back and hit rewind,
That's
but I was trying to follow it in the cookbook, but then do it with you. And you're right. If you don't have the stuff right there, then it would be a nightmare for you. But you have fun because you've got it and your girls help you.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do.
we see that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, they didn't get the xanthan gum out. They missed it. I mean, but nobody's perfect. I'm supposed to go behind them and make sure they get all the ingredients out, but we have had such internet craziness, and I've had a little personal thing going on that I was dealing with yesterday early, and so bless America. But it's all fine. It's just
It
a live
is.
kitchen. I'm gonna do another one next week.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We're all real
So
people going through real things. So we
yes,
understand that.
we are real hashtag real life over here. We are not sugarcoating, we're not acting. It is what it is. And we're just going to support each other. So you went through buds and you went into blooms. What would you say has been maybe what was your biggest struggle that you now have overcome?
How about what was my biggest struggle that I'm still trying to overcome?
Perfect. Love it.
Okay. All right. So my thing is to eat on time. So the fuels crossing over and trying to figure out how many hours in between.
Mhm.
I got that down in buds, but I still needed to be on a regiment or I wasn't going to do it. Like I was going to cheat and not mean to cheat, just or cross over, not eating something horrible, but not eat they shouldn't be together. And then when blooms came along and we're like, oh, so much more open on blooms, it's like there's more I don't know, there's just more
Relax.
camaraderie or something.
Yeah.
Relaxed. Yeah.
Mm.
So then like with the buddies, we ask each other all the time, where did you find this? Where did you find that? So we don't have to go bother you or Darlene about it. But if you just Google, it's 15,000 other people have had the same, thing. So the whole timing thing, now that we've all been collaborating with each other, I found that a lot of people deal with that. And if I set the alarm or tell my secretary, hey, if this alarm goes off, holler at me, go eat. The collagen coffee and the mango, which I loved mango before I ever met you. So it kind of like gave me permission because mango is expensive, but and Walmart right now, we just don't have any. I have to go to Publix and you have to pay a little bit more, but that's fine. But to have that or the frozen mango and take that to school takes a little bit of extra prep, but it's worth it because then I look forward to it. Yeah. And believe it or not, you could almost tell yourself if you skip, well, then you're just going to lose a little bit more weight, but it just doesn't work that way. So all that analyzing
the diet mentality,
really makes it
healing from that diet mentality. I have a new one-on-one, and that is something we're gonna have to work on. Healing from the diet mentality. Mm-hmm. And
because we are
she's gonna be
I'm
great.
from the 80s where we did the diet pills and you didn't eat. And if you felt shaky, you were proud, and it's crazy. Those days were zoo.
Bliss.
Yeah. Ruined us all.
It's okay. Hey, I got you, man. I got you.
Yes, ma'am.
This week is I'm done, but this week was my new session with my one-on-one clients. And so, I've got a handful of brand new to me. I have a few that came from group coaching. I have a few that came back to one-on-one, and a bunch that came from December. They stayed. But it's always so interesting to see how they feel about January, and it's a new year and da da da. And one of them, she has a really important job. She cares for people in her home. Most of them are in the last stages of life and things like that. So very emotional. She's a very caring person. And she was like, I haven't written down my goals for the year yet. And I said, well, you do know that January 1st isn't a magical day. You can do it tomorrow and it's going to be fine. And, I asked y'all during the Live and Blooms how you felt like your first week of the year went. And people were kind of like, where. So how do you feel like, maybe not your first week, but, first 10 days now, how do you feel like you've done for 2024?
Oh, I'm
Out of it?
back on track. So even though we had holiday going on and that was fun. I wish there was a holiday in the middle of the year, but we get crushing. So it's kind of like a
Yes.
holiday because we're in this course and we're doing it together. But
Crushing has been blessing my socks off, sis.
oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love it so far. Yeah.
Thank you.
But anyway, yeah, after holiday, it was still, my weight had gone up and I had still tried to do what I should do. I wasn't 100 strong. I'm going to do that next year. It was so much fun to watch all those girls. Wow.
Yeah.
You had 80 something, right? That did it.
Yeah. That I know of. Mm-hmm.
That really did it. Like they all 100 days. Yeah, that's phenomenal. So can you imagine? You probably don't know exact number of how many of us were doing it, but then that many finished. I mean, that's phenomenal.
Right.
Anyway, yeah.
I think 1,300 signed up.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, because you were shooting for over 1,000 and then you just kept going.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good. But anyway, yeah, it kind of springboarded first of the year and new start and stuff, but I don't do the resolutions anymore. A lot of the girls are saying that, we're not doing the resolutions now. It's because we've learned there isn't no magical, my word, there isn't a magical thing. But yeah, just to be back in it and trying to not weigh myself every day. Because when you're doing right, you're right. When we post our food, we're proud of what we ate, right? Mm-hmm. And then when we don't post our food, we're hiding. Yeah. And that's what I find. It's like, Stephanie, take the time to take a picture of what you're eating. And sometimes I will, and then I don't remember to post it. It's like I do breakfast and then, because lunch is wonky at school. And so anyway, it's like when you're proud of it and it goes out there, then you're like, okay, I need to weigh myself. And although I know the scale isn't everything, but that's a good sign. Back in it, focused. Yeah. It's been a good couple of weeks so far.
Well, good. That's awesome. Well, I'm so glad to that.
Yeah.
Good. And I feel like your husband supports you. I feel like he's that kind
of. Yeah. He doesn't always eat the things, like he didn't want the cheeseburger soup. I'm like, you really need to taste this. This reminds me.
Good.
It is. It reminds me of like something with oysters in, or like clam chowder, because it's got that that nutritional yeast gives it that extra, But he was like, no, and he likes the muffins. He'll eat all the different kinds of muffins, but he does support me. Yes.
My batch of chocolate covered cherry muffins that I made yesterday, those are the best I've ever made.
They're gone.
I think I had 2 left.
Wow. Yeah.
I wasn't one that ate them all. But yeah, those are the best I've ever made. Very good. So you're a middle school principal. So walk through, we don't have much time left. So walk through your day, like right now, present, like how are you prepping for your day and what does that look like?
Okay. So I'm a 4:30 person in the morning. Love getting up early, going outside, enjoying the dark and drinking my coffee and stuff. But I do like PPP. So I rotate around 3 different, I'm like Rashid, I do like salads in the mornings. Sometimes I'll just put some sprouts in a Ziploc bag and little drops of olive oil and mix it up. And I love eating that. Something about fresh sprouts. But I'll do the Ezekiel muffin with the Canadian bacon, with the, oh my word, what's the little square cheeses that we use? Laughing Cow. And smear that on there. I will make me a second one. So usually if I am eating PPP, then I'll do the Canadian bacon Ezekiel muffin for lunch. But most of the time I stand at lunch. So I put my teachers in the back so they have a break. We have all the middle school kids at one time for lunchtime. So I stand at the stage and at the microphone and, sit down, be quiet, go back home. And so I'm eating my cucumbers and mini peppers. The kids are used to it. I love it. Sometimes I'll put the little 14 pepperonis in a Ziploc bag and munch on those. They're used to my singing canaries and the flying flamingos. What you got today, Miss Cundy?
Oh,
It's
I
fun.
love it.
They know I'm always
One day you might
dieting.
come in with your Winezilla. No, I'm just kidding. You wouldn't do that.
Why not?
Maybe
They're
you could do
fun.
it. You could do it with some kombucha. It'll hit you.
Yeah, there you go. Then I don't get in trouble. Oh. And the mini cucumbers, they save my soul.
Yeah.
But I'll put the PPP in a jar and eat it on the way to school, and it does it for me. It's enough. And then the afternoon, I'll have a little thing of. If I do the frozen mango, then when I put it in my lunchbox,
It's ready
by
in
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do?
Maybe
I'm getting a phone call.
It's okay. You're fine.
What do I need to fix?
No, you can put
Nothing.
do not
Do I still
disturb
look
on,
normal?
but yeah, you're fine. Mm-hmm.
You're sideways. Am I sideways?
No, you're fine.
Okay,
You
I'm
have
going
it
to talk
down.
to you like you're right here. Oh, there you are. So let's see. And then I'll usually put a bag of popcorners in my book bag just to make me feel better. Like,
Mhm.
I have something in case I want to eat. So that's my day. And then in the evenings, Greg will usually eat whatever I fix. So if I do air fried chicken, or he doesn't like salmon, but I'll do him tilapia if I do me salmon.
Okay.
Get a vegetable going and make us a
Yeah.
smoothie after dinner.
Wow.
So we're routine people, but it keeps
That's
me
good.
going.
I'm all about that. All about it.
Yes, you are.
It keeps
Yeah.
the brain work out of it. I don't like my brain being busy thinking of all the things.
Yeah.
And also, are you the kind of person, I am not, that needs to find the perfect recipe? If you are, we need to fix that. But like,
No.
I need to look and look and look and look and screenshot and save and save. That would drive me bananas. Like Pinterest makes me want to break out in hives. Like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I just want to do over and over what y'all do and what you do on your shows, and it
Mhm.
works. And then I find that I like it. Why can't I have that again next Tuesday night?
Yes,
You
you can.
know?
100%. I love it. I'm all about trying things new every now and then, but yeah. I'm a little concerned about holiday for 2024 because I'm like, I don't know what else I can do. I don't know what else I can
Just
show.
redo it.
I can
Redo it. It was fun. There was something new
man.
every day.
I'm sure I'll come up with some, because I said that to Darlene the other day and she just looked at me like, really? She goes, you'll come up with something. Don't worry. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. It's not today.
Oh no.
Oh
I could
man.
redo that whole thing again and be completely happy.
Oh, well, thank you. President of
And
my
you could
fan
really
club right
charge more
here.
money. What?
I said you're president of my fan club.
Well, I'm just saying you could probably charge more money. We're still going to pay it because we need the program.
Oh, you're hilarious. No, I probably won't do that. I love my job. I will tell you that is the best.
It's obvious. Yeah.
Thank you.
And you were just talking about somebody had said she had been through 2 or 3 coaches and then she finally settled on you. And I think that's what makes the difference. You've made this your life, and we don't have, I mean, I was not there when your kid came in and said, can I have a squirt of joy or whatever it was he wanted? I would have loved to have been there. But I mean, that's few and far between, and even when things like that happen, it's awesome.
Listen. They got all A's on their report cards. Like Knox, I will
Oh,
tell you, just came in.
yay.
Knox had a 99, a 98, and 100. Camp had 97, 2 98s, and 200s.
Wow, that's
I know.
great.
So excited. The girls
Yeah.
don't really get grades. Well, Bella does because she's
Of
in
course.
college. Lily and Katie, not so much. They got all A's. They're fine.
Yeah.
They're proud of my babies. And I don't do a thing to help them. Everybody else does that. I make the money here. Oh,
you
man.
deserve that.
Oh, heavens. I put my time in with the other kids. So tag, you're it.
Right. Right.
I know our family is very strange. I know that, but it's fine. We're great. So, as we
Great.
close out, is there any tips of
Yep.
advice rather that you have for people new to THM or veterans, either way, or both?
Yeah. I would say if you're brand new, find you somebody that you've watched. So I know that it's personality based. Like I don't really like to talk. I like to listen to whatever all of your other people are saying. And I always know that Jessica's going to say something. You've got several of those. They're going to
Yes.
speak up and then I'm listening.
Yes.
Um, but even though we can't do everything, if what we do choose to be a part of, like if you're going to do crushing, then be all the way in. And if
Yeah.
you're going to do buds, then be all the way in. And then if you're scared, start communicating with them. Like that's what I did with Laura. And she was so kind. Like she shared with me her 8 app and so I could see what she was eating. And it was because she was real. She wasn't just showing, she was showing. She wasn't just saying it, she was actually showing it, which gave me an opportunity to really go beyond lurking and really started to communicate. So I think that's the thing. And don't be afraid. Like we're all here watching you. I don't know how you do it. We're all watching, but we're all
I
around and
know.
paying attention. What is that sitting in her window? What color was that? Where did she get that? Show us the. And you're like, I know you're all going to ask, so here you go. This is where I bought it. And I'm thinking, we're all thinking that. But that communication, I think, is key for people. And don't quit. What is the old saying? My preacher used to say it. Success and failure, they're on the same highway, but success is just a little bit further down the road. And that's the thing. You just got to stay with
Oh,
it.
that's good.
And we're all going to want to quit. We're all going to want to cheat, but we're all in it together. And you've brought together all of us. And, we're all going to celebrate each other's victory like we are tonight with your 6-year anniversary.
Yeah. It's very surreal to think about that. I was making my little image today to share on the main THM group, and I'm going to share it on my personal page. It's 4 o'clock now. I've been all day not even doing it because my calendar was slammed today. But it is amazing. And I had some followers, maybe clients, I can't remember exactly who it was, but just blown away that somebody they know, me, had done something for 7 years, especially in the health world, health aspect of your life. And you just don't see that. And that's sad. And so I really like one of my goals for this year, and that's why Level Up is the thing. I want you to hang on to that you can stick with something. Quit giving up, and depression is just a perfect example of that. And then, we did Rely Bible study in August. In August this year, we're going to do a Bible study. I don't have a name yet, but it's going to be on improving your character. And I don't know what it'll be, but it'll be great. I'm sure God's going to fix it all. But, like always work on yourself. And something that we'll talk about in Crushing soon, is that you're so worth it. There's so many people that are so downcast. I mean, this week with these new ladies and just hearing different stories and all the people that I've been able to meet. And I know you probably have some yucky stuff in your past. We all do, but we have to choose to not allow it to control us any longer.
That's right.
It's in the past. It is there for a reason. Like, that the junk I've gone through in the past, I use it to help y'all. You can do the same thing. And you might even need to start by using it to help yourself. And so that's just something that I want to share with others this year and all of that. So yeah, I didn't plan on saying all that. Sorry.
Awesome.
Kind of comes out. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Just don't quit. We need you.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Wes and I had a little business meeting the other day. We're changing some things on the back end of stuff. And I was like, Wes, this is real. He was like, it's real. You can't stop now.
That's right.
No, but
You
he's
can't
so
stop now.
sweet. He supports so much. He even
Oh,
commented today, and I'm like, oh. He doesn't normally even have Facebook app on his phone, but he got it to look up some different things, and so he's been commenting on my post, and I'm like,
oh,
oh, yeah.
sweet.
Yeah. Now I don't
Oh,
like taking a selfie in front of him. I don't like really being videoed while he's around, but he told me to get over that because it's great. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll get
we
over that.
love that Foxy Mama picture.
Wasn't that the best? Oh, it was
The
so
look
good.
on his face.
Lily didn't even take the cute one. She was like, I can't. This is it. Use this one. So yes, my 16-year-old took that picture.
Aw.
Yes. Oh, Stephanie, thank you so much for coming on
Yeah.
and talking and sharing your experience in your life. I didn't realize that you were a principal. I knew you worked at a school. And I know you love Jesus and Hello Kitty, but
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
you better. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you. I hope you have a great day. Everybody, thanks for
You too.
listening. You want to tell them bye?
Bye, everybody. Have a good
Bye,
day.
y'all. Thanks.